Let's get to the latest on Hillary Clinton's email scandal. Fox News has learned that 2 emails found on the server, one from staffer Huma Abedin and the other from sent by her aide Jake Sullivan, both emails were about Benghazi. Hillary was asked about her use of that private server yesterday. She dismissed the issue, made a joke. Listen to this.
You were in charge of it. You were the official in charge. Did you wipe the server?
What, like with a cloth or something? No. Well, no.
Digitally. Did you try to wipe the whole?
Did she wipe the server? She did not eventually answer. Hadley Heath Manning from the Independent Women's Forum joins us now. Hadley, we've had people on this program who say today she is not going to be the Democrat candidate. What do you say?
I say it's hers to lose. This nomination has always been Hillary Clinton's to lose, and she's still the front runner. When you look at polls, she leads Bernie Sanders by a significant margin, although he is gaining on her.
You know what I'm getting at here. This email scandal is spiraling down. She is in deep trouble, political and legal. And voices are being raised now which say, you know, she's not going to be the candidate. Now, I want your judgment. Do you think she's going to be the candidate?
I believe ultimately she will pull through. Of course, the question is, if not Hillary, then who? We're looking at Joe Biden potentially to make an announcement in September. I don't think he'll jump into the race. And other Democrats may be tempted at this point, but there's really no one else to be that front runner for the Democratic Party.
Then that leaves Democrats with, at the best, a wounded candidate. I think the Washington Post referred to her as a wounded queen. That should make life a bit easier for the Republicans, shouldn't it?
Well, remember, ultimately, general elections can be about the lesser of 2 evils, and many Americans feel that the last several elections have been that way. Democrats may feel that way and go to the polls, even though in the latest Fox News poll, 47% of people said they completely distrust Hillary Clinton. At the end of the day, it's a question of who will she face on the Republican side, and is that person even less popular with the general public?
I think you're a Republican. I think you're certainly right of center. Okay, you have a big smile and you're saying yes. Okay. Which candidate, I'm not asking you to pick your favorite candidate, but which candidate do you think would best be able to beat Hillary Clinton?
Well, of course, I can't endorse anyone,
right.
But when we look at the very broad Republican field, we have to recognize it's still very early, and there are a lot of candidates who are polling with 4, 5, 6% of support. I believe once we see some of those candidates drop out, then Republicans will pull around just a handful of front runners. Of course, I believe Donald Trump has the energy and the steam to continue a long campaign. I believe Jeb Bush has the money to stay in this a long time. And I believe there are some formidable candidates like Marco Rubio and Scott Walker, even Carly Fiorina, who's seen her star rise incredibly since the first round of debates. Those are really the serious contenders in my point of view.
Okay, now here's the background question. You know it's coming. If Trump were the candidate, would he beat Hillary?
That's, again, a question I think a lot of Americans would say, which is the lesser of 2 evils? Because I think those people, while they are the front runners in their own parties, my answer would be that I don't know. I don't know who wins that contest. I think Trump is popular with the Republican base, Hillary popular with the Democratic base. But then the question becomes, will independent voters go to the polls, and who will those independent voters choose? I believe probably in that case, Hillary.
That is a fair point. But if it were Trump, Hillary, wouldn't that be a very entertaining, interesting, exciting, and alive election? It would, wouldn't it?
It would absolutely be entertaining. But let's hope that the election ultimately is more about ideas, policies, political issues, rather than the candidates and their personalities.
It never is. A presidential election is not always about policy. It's about the person and how they come across on television. Very important. Hadley, I'm sorry I'm out of time. Come on back, okay? I'll press you for some opinions again.
Thank you.
Hadley.